Hello, I'm Marina Orms of Astrology Heals at astrologyheals.com, and I want to thank you for stopping by. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about what's happening with the planets. So we recently had Jupiter and Pluto coming together back in January, way back in January, we had Saturn and Pluto coming together. These are the big themes of this year, is Jupiter and Saturn, outer planets that move very, very slowly, coming together with another outer planet, Pluto, that also moves even slower. So, this is a significant and time period. It's one that hasn't happened in history in at least hundreds of years, depending on how you want to define it. And so we have very unique opportunity. And what's happened this past week with Jupiter and Pluto coming together is just another development in that. We see a global pandemic. Jupiter is about expansion and bigness and global themes, and Pluto, of course, is about death and mortality and also rebirth. So we also have profound creative opportunities during this time. So, and these are big picture themes. It's not necessarily what's going to happen in any given moment or for any given person or family. So these are big picture themes in the collective. And one of the significant things that's happened also that we need to keep in our thoughts is Saturn going into Aquarius. And so in March, Saturn moved from Capricorn, where we've been having all this profound change and heaviness and feeling of burden and change and responsibility and challenge and difficulty. Saturn went into Aquarius, which is much more about freedom, about rebellion, revolution, thinking outside the box, new solutions. It's about science. It's about detachment and seeing things from a bigger picture perspective. It's that whole Einstein, I don't know if it was actually Einstein's quote or if it was attributed to him or what, but that thing about getting outside of the consciousness of the problem, of where the problem was created, to see the problem from a different perspective and solve the problem from this place of higher consciousness. And so that is what Aquarius is all about. Beautiful thing is that that's where we're heading. So even as we've been moving through this feeling of heaviness and limitation and responsibility, we are moving into overall, in general, what comes next after Capricorn is this Aquarian vibe. And the Aquarian, it's all about the movie and the age of Aquarius and all that. It's the freedom and the dancing and the big picture thinking about humanity, about the world, about how we're going to solve our problems and what we need in the collective and how we're going to work together in groups and movements and grassroots movements to make those things happen. Aquarian is very visionary. It's very future oriented. So seeing what is possible, both the downside of what's possible and also what we can create when we put our minds to it. So we have Saturn in Aquarius through July, the early July. Saturn will go back into Capricorn, so we're not done with Capricorn yet. In fact, we still have Pluto and Jupiter in Capricorn right now. So these Capricorn themes are still with us, but with a hint, with this taste of this Aquarian energy. And right now, Mars is also in Aquarius, helping us think in forward directions, take action and make movement in that direction of future oriented thinking. And change is coming. It's just going to take, we really have to clear out our basements before we're ready for the changes that are coming. And I think that this pandemic is probably a lot of what is going on with that. And in many different ways, we are having to reevaluate how we live, how we interact, how our economy is run just on so many levels. we're doing this rethinking. And so we're going to have Saturn go back into Capricorn, and then come December, Saturn will go direct again. Will go direct before December, but it will head back into Aquarius in December, when Jupiter will also go into Aquarius. And that's when we have a real significant shift into this Aquarian energy that's here to stay. And so that's going to happen in December. We will still have Pluto, this long, slow-moving planet, long-term cycle, big picture in the collective. Pluto is not going to be in Aquarius until 2023, but although that seems so far away right now, it's really not. And come 2023, then Pluto will be in Aquarius, and we're really going to be transforming our vision for the future. And there's these planetary cycles really tell us that there is a big picture of change happening. And even though we're mired and immersed in what's right in front of us right now, this is a moment really in a much bigger picture, unfolding of events, and unfolding of human consciousness and awareness, and the ways that we create the reality that we live in. And we do have a lot more control over how that's created than we give ourselves credit for. It's been pointed out that with this pandemic, lo and behold, we see how quickly things really can change if we have a reason, if we have a good reason to. And so that's all possible. And it's reminding us that we are capable of making changes if we decide to. So that is all coming. I don't want to take too much time here, but another thing that just has been really big on my mind is how all the generations play out in this and what's unfolding. We have a generation, our boomer generation is, and of course all of our generations have astrological components to them. And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize is when we talk about generations, these are astrological cycles. These are the planets in signs, in time periods when people were born. And so with the boomer generation, we have Pluto in Leo, and just a lot of need for themes about their soul soul development happening in the area of needing to be seen and heard. And so this goes back to a lot of childhood themes for that generation of, children need to be seen and not heard at the table, and this type of thing. And just that lifelong mission and purpose of finding your voice, of discovering what it means to be yourself, to live out loud, to express yourself, to be seen and heard, and to do that for an audience in a variety of different ways. Different people will have different paths with that, but certainly we can see in that generation the soul evolutionary need in the area of being seen and heard and having that kind of attention focused on you. And then after that, we have the Gen X, that's my generation, that are the people that just don't want to be seen or heard. We're just going to work behind the scenes. We're going to fix the technology for you and figure out the healthcare and just quietly behind the scenes do everything. And that is the Pluto and Uranus conjunct in Virgo era, the mid-60s. And of course the planets move and it's all complicated, so that even though there's a definition of Gen X that goes through 1980, wasn't always Pluto in Virgo, but some of those themes are very much I can see and feel how those play out in that generation. And then you have the millennials, and so much awareness about the millennials and how that plays out astrologically. And the millennials were a generation that had Neptune and Uranus conjunct in Capricorn in the early 90s. So there's a lot of focus on the Capricorn energy. And so that generation who is many of them right now, you know, having their Saturn return or just past their Saturn return, having this theme, this life theme of evolutionary purpose around making, creating a foundation, having a purpose, having a pathway, and so the need to organize and to create the future in that Capricornian planning, structural way. And what hasn't been talked about very much is what's coming after the millennials. Maybe it's Gen Z, I don't know. It's sort of starting to still be figured out. But I know that my children were born in 1998 and 2000, and that both of them have both Uranus and Neptune in Aquarius. And for me to think about what that means for our future, to have a time period of about 4 to 5 years where everyone who was born had both Neptune and Uranus in Aquarius is really profound. And it's sort of hard for a non-astrologer to maybe grasp what astrologers might be seeing. But basically we're seeing this Aquarian energy, which is very visionary, very outside the box, very detached, and able to step back and see what's happening and what needs to be done. And it's like that Aquarian energy comes in and just says, well, this is how we're going to solve this. You know, just boom, like overnight, an insight or a burst of inspiration that changes everything. And I don't know what that will be. I don't know, you know, how that will look. But I do see the possibility for that with a group of people who were born between 1998, 99, and about 2002, 2003. So as they are now in their early 20s and teens and early 20s, will be heading in the next 10 years, 6 to 10 years, right, into their Saturn return. And so things are going to get interesting. So I don't know what it will look like, but I just think that it's fascinating to think about what our future holds. Really, I think we need to shift from a way of thinking that we know how things work. We really need to let go of that notion and step into an idea that things can work out, but it's going to require us letting go of dearly held beliefs and dearly held ways of understanding the world. And as we do so, we're going to open ourselves to shifts in consciousness and all kinds of other things. So thanks for listening. I do actually have an ebook called Secrets of the New Paradigm that talks about a lot of this in the context of the Uranus-Pluto square that was exact earlier in this decade, or last decade, I guess, 2011 to 15 about. So that's, I'm going to try and make that available for everyone because I think it's really relevant to our times and what's unfolding right now. So watch for that, and thanks for watching, and keep your eye out. I post these videos once a week in Facebook and also on my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.